Hello, friends. Welcome to today's football predictions of Betkraft. Today is a beautiful Sunday morning. The 22nd day of September. All right, and as usual, so many games are out there going on across the globe. But among these many games that we select a few of them and take a look into this few before bringing it forward for you. All right. Today, remember, it's Sunday, and usually we'll have our Sunday Millionaires game, and it will be at the end of this very video. And I always advocate that you try it out once in a week and see how it goes. It's going to have lots of odds, up to 1,000 odds. Let's see how it goes. You might be winning your millions playing a game in Betkraft. All right. That being said, in a short while we'll be looking at this matches one after the other, and I want to ask those of us who are coming across our video for the first time to kindly take our time to hit the subscription button so that you won't be missing out on our subsequent games that will come up on this channel on a daily basis. All right, that being said, let's head to the business of today. And today we'll be starting with the first match, which is in La Liga. We'll have Villarreal will be up against the FC Barcelona. Okay, taking a look at how these two teams performed in recent games, you see that for Villarreal, the home side, they've actually won 3 games in the past 6 recent encounters. They've had 2 draws, but they've lost 1 game in the past 6 recent encounters. But for Barcelona, their away side, they've actually won 5 games out of 6, and they've had 1 loss in the past 6 recent games. All right, looking at how these two teams fared in recent times, from home and away perspective, you can see that for Villarreal, playing from home, they've actually been able to manage to achieve 6 wins from home. They've had 2 draws as well as 2 losses in the past 10 home games that they had so far. All right, and the last 2 games they played, we saw them winning against the Celta Vigo by 4-3. And looking at Barcelona on the other side, their away side, we saw Barcelona losing to Monaco in the midweek, by 2-1. On that match, they actually had an early red card, and that changed the course of the game. All right, but in total, 10 away games that Barca have played so far, they've been able to achieve 7 wins out of those, and they've had 3 losses, including that loss in Champions League last week. Last week. So when you look at the head-to-head performances for both sides, you could see that the last time they met, it was Villarreal who won. That was January this year by 5-3. And prior to that, we saw Barcelona defeating Villarreal by 4-3. And all right, Barcelona have been quite dominant of the entire head-to-head performances for both sides. Out of the past 10 head-to-head meetings, Barcelona have won on 9 occasions, and Villarreal have won just 1. That was the last time they met. But in this very game, we really expect a Barcelona dominance in this one, and it is the away side that I'm giving it away side to win outright in this very encounter. All right, and that takes us to the next for the day. It is in Sweden, first division, where we have Malmo coming up against Hacken. Malmo have achieved 1 victory in the past 6 encounters. Both had 3 draws, but as well as 2 losses. And looking at the away side, Hacken have had 3 draws in the past 6, but have lost 3 games out of the past 6 recent games that they had. They've not won a single match. And when you look at how these two teams have performed, from home and away perspective, you see that Malmo FF, the home side, have actually won 7 games in the past 6. They have had 2 losses as well as 1 draw in the past 10 home games that they had so far. So that's to say 70% of the home games that they had so far have resulted to a win for Malmo, and they've lost 2 and they have just 1 draw. And those the last loss they had playing from home was even in a European Cup match against Sparta Praha. Okay, and looking at the away side, on the other hand, Hacken, they have had 3 victories in the past 10 away games, and they've also had 3 draws, and they've lost 4 games in the past 10 away games that they played out so far. All right, it's only 30% of the away games that they had have resulted to a victory for their away side. But quite noticeable is the fact that for Hacken, their away side, the 9 games out of the past 10 games that they played saw them a lot of goals, scoreline that is above 4.5, 3.5, 5.5, and looking at Malmo also, the last 10 home games that they had, 7 out of it saw over 2.5, and the head-to-head performances for both sides, the last time they met, it was a 2-2 draw that they had, and also prior to that, we saw Hacken defeating Malmo by 4-2, from home. And the last 8 head-to-head meetings for both sides have presented scoreline matches that are high on scoreline. You look at the last 2 was 2-2. Prior to that, we saw 4-2, 2-2, 2-1, 2-1 until the last 8. Okay, that tells you that these two teams each time they meet, they usually produce a lot of goals. So in this very one, we expect to see a minimum of 3 goals in this very encounter, and over 2.5. That's our value for this very game. All right, that takes us to the next, and it is in Belgium, first division, where we have OH Leuven coming up against Kortrijk. All right, Leuven, the home side, have had 2 wins, 3 draws, as well as 1 loss in the last 6 encounters. But the away side, on the other hand, Kortrijk have achieved 2 wins, 1 draw, and 3 losses. All right, looking at how the two teams are fared from home and away perspective, you can see that the home side, Leuven, have been able to manage to achieve 6 victories in the past 10 home games. Have had 3 losses, as well as 1 draw in the past 13 home games that they have so far. And Kortrijk, the away side, on the other hand, have managed to win 3 games from away. In the past 10 away games, they had 1 draw, but they've lost 6 out of the past 10 home games 10 away games that they had so far. And the last 2 away games that they played saw them losing out to Denda and Sporting Charleroi. They lost the last 2 away games that they had so far. All right, when you look at how these 2 teams fared from home head to head, you can see that the last time they met was a 0-0 draw, and prior to that, we saw Leuven play from home, winning this side by 3-0, and Kortrijk followed by winning from away by 3-2. And when you look at all of this, we know that the home side is actually slightly favored to rise to the occasion in this one. And we expect the home side, who have achieved a 60% victory in the past 10 home games that they had so far, to achieve a result in this one. And it is a home win. That's our value for this very game. Home win. That's what we expect. All right, that takes us to the next, and it is in Austria, first division, where we have Tirol, WSG Tirol coming up against Salzburg. All right, Tirol has won 2 games in the past recent 6, but have lost 4 out of it, and Salzburg have managed to achieve 2 victories, 2 draws, as well as 2 losses in the last 6 recent encounters. But when you look at how these 2 teams are fared from home and away perspective, you could see that for the home side, Tirol, they've actually managed to win 1 game in the past 10 home matches. They've actually had 5 losses, and they've had 4 draws as well in the past 10 home games that they had so far. And the away side, Salzburg have been able to achieve have been able to achieve 6 wins from away, and they've had 3 draws as well as one draw. They have 3 losses as well as 1 draw, so they've been able to achieve 60% victory in the past 10 away games that they had so far. And the last 2 losses they had was actually against Sparta Praha in the Champions League, and also Rapid Vienna, where they lost by 3-2 on that occasion. And this very game, when you look at head-to-head performance for both sides, you can see that the last 10 head-to-head meetings have actually seen Salzburg dominating all 10. They have won entirely in all the 10 games that they played with Tirol in recent times. So we will expect to see the away side, Salzburg, continuous dominance of this side. It is an away win. That's what we expect for this very game. All right, that takes us to the next, which is in Iceland. First division, where we have Keflavik coming up against IR Reykjavik. All right, Keflavik, the home side, have achieved 4 wins in the past 6. They've actually had 1 draw and 1 loss in the past 6 recent games that they had. And Reykjavik, the away side, have won 2 games. They have 2 draws as well as 2 losses in the past 10. In the past 6 recent encounters. All right, looking at the performances for both sides, from home and away perspective, you can see that the home side, Keflavik, they have actually won 7 games in the past 10 home games, and have had 3 draws. They've not lost a single match in the past 10 home games that they have so far, but they've been able to win 7 out of them, drawing 3. And the away side, on the other hand, IR Reykjavik have been able to manage 2 victories from away, and have had 4 draws as well as 4 losses in the past 10 away games that they had so far. And the last away game they played out so far saw them losing out to Tirol by 3-0. And when you look at how these 2 teams fared, you can see that the last time both teams met was earlier this month. Actually, this month, a few days ago, we saw Keflavik defeating the side by 4-1 from away. And prior to that, also in July, we saw Keflavik beating the side from away by 4-1, by 1-0 actually in July. And then in this very encounter, we will still expect the home side, Keflavik, who has been very dominant of this very tie, to also win again in this very one. It is home win. That's our value for that very encounter. All right, that takes us to the next, which will be the last for the day, and it is in Czech Republic, where we have Mlada Boleslav coming up against Pardubice. All right, Pardubice. All right, looking at the home side, Boleslav, they've won 3 games out of the past 6 recent matches, and they've actually had 2 losses as well as 1 draw. But the away side, Pardubice have managed to achieve 2 wins, but have lost 4 times in the past 6 recent encounters. And looking at how these 2 teams have performed from home and away perspective, you could see that the home side, Boleslav have been able to achieve 7 victories playing from home. They've actually lost 1, and they've had 2 draws, and that loss was in the match against the very strong side Slavia Praha in the Czech League, where they lost by 2-0 from home on that occasion. That was the last home game they played, but they've been able to win 70% of their home matches. That I'll give it to them. They're doing very well. And then on the away side, Pardubice on the other hand have won 2 games from away, 1 draw, but have lost 7 out of the past 10 away games that they have so far. All right, that tells you a lot about their away side, that they're playing from away, they're not doing so well. And looking at head-to-head performances, the last time they met was in April this year. We saw Boleslav defeating the side from away by 2-1 on that occasion. Prior to that, we saw Boleslav playing from home, also having a victory against Pardubice, a 1-goal victory on that occasion, and it was in the 11th of last year, 11th of November last year. And in this very one, we'll still expect the home side, Boleslav, Mlada Boleslav, to actually achieve a victory in this one and win out shortly. All right, it is a home win. That's somebody for that very encounter. All right, that brings our positions for you today on Betkraft to conclusion, and it is time for our usual Sunday Millionaires game, and it will be posted, up here for those of us who are using BetKing. All right, you're in luck. You cannot. The code is up here, so try it out and see how it goes. You never know. You never know. You can be winning a lot of money playing games with that. Betkraft. All right, that being said, tomorrow is another day. We'll be coming up with our predictions on this very channel. Do not miss out. But until then, keep winning.